Hey there, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for tuning in to the Griiemy Map channel. We love having you here. We'd love to see you here again. So if you want to, just go ahead, drop a sub. Just go ahead, start it off right. This video is going to be a great one. Going to give you a lot of tips, a lot of insight, and what I wish I would have known going into my high school bass fishing 4-year career. So this is going to teach you how to win high school bass fishing tournaments. Now, I understand not everyone can win high school bass fishing tournaments, but I can get you to at least where I think you can start catching more fish, filling out bags, and really putting yourself in a good position for Angler of the Year points and actually finishing top 10, getting some of that scholarship money, some free rods, some free stuff. Everybody loves free stuff. It's the best, especially whenever you're doing just because you're fishing, having fun, catching bass, putting them in the boat. So stay tuned. Got lots of tips, lots of tricks, and we'll catch up with you soon, boys. First tip I want to talk to you guys about is picking a partner. Alright, this seems very simple. You got to get a guy that loves to fish, alright? And I mean, like, he's passionate about it. Because you get a guy that doesn't want to be out there whenever it's 30 degrees, whenever you're pre-fishing, really dialing in, trying to find those fish. Because, hey, whenever it's that cold, even one keeper bass can eliminate you in a high school tournament from 70% of the field. And that puts you in that top 30% already for catching one 12-inch spotted bass, one 15-inch largie. Hey, that's really important out there, and that only comes if you're out there on the water. You guys are dialed in. You guys are really just wanting to be out there because you love fishing. It doesn't matter really how good of an angler he is. If he's willing to adopt into that program, into that culture, and you're confident and you can coach him up, and you got a good boater that can coach him up too, that is a good partner. You want someone that really wants to buy into what you're doing, what you're there for, and that's bass fishing, boys. Tip number 2 for the boys. I mean, this is super important, super crucial. You got to trust in your boater, man. It's important that you guys have faith in who's taking you out on the water, and you really adopt what he's preaching to you and take in what he's saying. I've been on the boat with multiple partners that don't really adapt to what the boater's talking about, some techniques that he's wanted you to try out, and that's crucial for success, because if you're not in the position to throw your jerkbait or throw your crankbait, you shouldn't be throwing it. And if he's wanting to rip that Carolina rig out there, just let it sit in the water and just see what happens, man. Those guys have been out there a lot longer than you have, and trust me, everything that they know is just a culmination from everyone they've fished with in their entire life. And a dude with 50 years of fishing experience is going to know so much more than you just because he's been out on the water longer. So really take in what those boaters are saying and put it to use. What you should do with every boater you have is, hey, what's your go-to bait? Find his confidence bait and see if you can find confidence in that. Because that kind of leads us into our third point, and that's throw your confidence bait. I got plenty of them laid out right here. This is probably number 1. I mean, these two are my go-tos. This is a Zoom 5-inch, what are these called? Speed worms. This is the green pumpkin. It really just looks like a brown in the water, and I love that. A brown worm. It's so natural. You can't go wrong with it. And this on Table Rock, oh my gosh. Get this at Fin and Feather Tackle, Springfield, Missouri. I think it's just off Campbell, honestly. Just over by Incredible Pizza Boys. These are the, I think they're 4-inch tubes, but they are so perfect. It's that orange with that green flake in there. You gotta have that green shimmer on Table Rock. I don't know what it is. Smallmouth love it, largemouth love it. I'll throw a clip in of me smoking a big old 3-pounder on it.
Got him! Get him, bro! Let's freaking go! That's fucking awesome! Oh, good big boy! Let's go!
Oh, dude, the 2.
It's always the fucking 2, bro.
Bro, he is a football.
Oh
a chunk. Oh my gosh, let's get him on the scale, bro.
That's freaking awesome.
Right off that boat dock.
Oh shoot. I'll take off for just a second. Bro, he's 2 ounces shy.
Of what?
Of 3.
Dang, he's so close.
The dude is.
Let's go, boys.
The thing
Dude,
is
he
so
is
chunky.
You see that, boys? That's off this boy. I mean, and that's just off a boat ramp. Like, he's just putting in the 3-pounder, and this all over those main lake points, that chunky rock, or maybe even that pea gravel, boys. That pea gravel, it'll surprise you with all those smallmouth boys. But yeah, definitely find some confidence base. Other confidence baits that I recommend for like beginning anglers, size down. Throw PB&J Ned rig from Z-Man Boys. This is insane. I don't even know what to say. You will sift through so many fish. You get to understand how a bass like bite feels. You understand what you're actually doing out there. It's trying to catch fish, and this really just helps you become a better angler. Because the more bass you put in the boat, the more fun you're having, the more excited you are about catching fish, learning new techniques, and that's super important. You got to stay dedicated to bass fishing if you really want to win those tournaments, man. Never day off, no days off. Always keep fishing, man. Always keep fishing. So the last thing I want to talk to you guys about is time management on the water. Now this is a tricky one because it's kind of tough to say if you should plan your day out prior to a tournament or if you should kind of just go with the flow. I honestly find much more success whenever I have my day kind of planned out, but on the asterisk that I don't find the fish. The finding the fish is the important part in a tournament. You should never leave fish that you're on unless you know that they're firing up, and even that's kind of risky because if you're catching bass in one area, you really shouldn't leave. Where there's small bass, there are big bass. Big bass got to eat what small bass eat. They're all after the same thing, whether you're a 12-inch bass or you're a 5-pounder. You all got to eat. So finding those bass is crucial. But time management is also really important, especially if you're not catching fish. So in the morning, say you're going to go out, you're going to throw topwater. How long are you going to throw topwater? Well, I'd only give it like an hour, especially in the Midwest. If you're not biting anything on or getting anything to bite on topwater within an hour, man, you got to start maybe pushing out a little bit, maybe go through them on some main lake points if that's not where you're at throwing them. But you got to switch something up, and really not being stagnant in a high school bass fishing tournament is so important. Cover water till you get on fish, and then once you get on fish, don't leave them, man, because even just one extra keeper, like I mentioned earlier, can separate you so many people in the field. So many kids zero in high school tournaments of simply just filling out a bag is gonna put you up there, man. And if you can get one kicker fish, buddy, you're looking at a great high school finish and maybe even a first place finish. You don't even know. But just stay dedicated, stay focused on what you're going to do with your time on the water, and don't find yourself just wasting time fishing low target areas or low percentage areas. Don't be throwing, just don't be junk fishing for no reason. Whenever you have a game plan, stick to that game plan and trust in what you've done and what you found in practice, because those practice days, those are important, those are crucial, and you really got to absorb everything on a practice day and be able to adapt. So those are my tips for doing all these things, for winning a high school bass fishing tournament. I've had success doing them. Main thing we really want to focus on is throw those confidence baits, man. I don't care what time of the year it is. If you have confidence in that lure, throw that thing, man. That's what's going to catch you the most fish. Stuff that you think, if I was bass, man, I'd eat that, and stuff you've already caught fish on before, man. So thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you if you made it this far. Let me know in the comments, man. We haven't had any comments in a while, but thank you so much for the support. Like, comment, subscribe. This is Griiimy. Peace out. Catch you in the next one.